Hi there folks, thanks for clicking onto my video today. This is Cooking with Sasha China, and today I'm going to show you how to cook a blue steak. Yes folks, you heard it right, blue steak. I like my steaks blue. I'm very much the same that if it comes out rare, I'm one of those, I do send it back. But I actually jumped from eating my steaks from well done to blue. So yeah, this is how I do it at home. So what you're going to need, you need to bring out your steak to room temperature. This has been out for about half an hour now and it's perfect temperature now. You're going to need a plate with some kitchen paper on because you need to make sure the steak is dry. And then you're going to need some olive oil, salt, black pepper and all-purpose seasoning. You could use whatever seasonings you want. I like to use this. Alrighty, let's get cooking. Okay, so I've pat the steak dry. So I don't know if you guys know a lot about steaks. I know a little bit, but I'm going to educate you. Well, I say educate you. I'm just going to give you some facts that I actually know. There we go. That's a better way of saying it. So as you can see, the marbling is actually, it's very minimal. It's not a lot of it. So that actually, and also the fat along here is quite a nice colour. Don't get it wrong. It's not an Aberdeen's Angus steak or anything because it's not 75%. Breed wise, it's just a normal steak from my local supermarket, but I always do check my meat before I buy them. So obviously with it being minimal fat and the color good, it means that it was actually fed on grass, so it's put on fat slowly rather than grain, when usually you see really thick bits of marbling. But you know, on the other end of the scale, a lot of people say it's better to have marbling. I personally, yes, I do like fat with my steak. But yeah, so this is my steak. It looks kind of rank because obviously those patches there. But no, I could eat this like this, but ha, it's not steak tartare. Alrighty, so the first thing you're going to want to do after you've patted your steak dry is get your pan screaming hot with no oil in it. Okay, so my pan is on the cooker, as you can see, and no oil's in it. So now we're going to come back to the steak. So now what you're going to want to do is, I never put oil in the pan. I always put oil. So we're going to use olive oil. I always put it actually onto the steak itself. So I'm going to season it with some salt, some pepper, and some all-purpose seasoning. So that's how I'm going to do my steak. So I'm going to let my pan get really, really hot to the point where you can see it smoking now. So perfect. Let's get it on. Okay, so I have seasoned both sides, oiled both sides, and put in my salt, all-purpose seasoning, and black pepper. And my pan now is ready and perfect to go. So now we're just going to place that in. And once we place in the steak into the pan, we're just going to leave it. Do not get tempted to touch it, whatever you do. Don't start fiddling with it, just let it sear. Okay, so the steak is in and it's cooking, and then in about another minute, not a minute, so you're going to slowly start seeing it on the edges where it's going to start browning and everything, and then you just turn it over. I've literally just turned it over, so now it's just going to literally about 2 more seconds on that side, and then it's done. Alrighty, and there we go folks, a perfect blue steak. Now, the one thing when you're doing blue steak, you've got to make sure that it's seared all the way round. And look at that, perfect, seared perfectly. I'm now going to cut in and show you what it looks like. And there we go folks. That is a blue steak. If anything, I think it's more blue. Let me just show you with my knife here. It's actually more blue right here. I think here we're starting to go a little meat, a little. I would still eat this. That's fine. It's not the best steak I've done. Yeah, it is a little bit rare. I wanted a bit more bluer. Well, I say rarer. Rare for me is still quite cooked. But there we go. That's what it should look inside. To be honest, if anything, this is what it should look like throughout. This little bit of cookedness, can I say that? I don't know. Is going on to rare side when it starts looking like that, and a little bit Yeah, so like here, that is rare, this area here. But then when we get to about here, but more so here, that is blue for sure. But it's all seared properly. So there we go, folks. Now I'm just going to let that sit there for a couple of minutes and then I shall eat it. But this is actually for my lunch tomorrow, so I can eat this cold. Thanks for watching my video, guys. This was Cooking with Sasha China on how to do a blue steak. And if there's any comments, please feel free to leave them down at the bottom. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!